Ooh, wow. So after a year of doing these videos, I finally played my live set at the Secret Garden Party, and it went— Whoa. Hold up. I can't tell you this without letting you know about how we got there, because it wasn't all plain sailing. It's a genuine fear that there could be no one there. Wasted a fair bit more time. I think there was about 5 people. I don't have too many more hours left. We'll see if this track actually makes it into the live set. Wish me luck. Okay, so here's the problem. I recorded the live set last week and I've been listening through, just trying to work out small areas in which I can improve. What I've been a bit blind to is the fact that the first track is 10 minutes long. It's incredibly self-indulgent. I think I was getting a bit lazy towards the end of producing this live set, and I thought that a 10-minute introduction song would be enough to get me over the line. I guess the question is what to do. Well, actually, the question really probably isn't what to do. I know what to do. Trim that 10-minute song down to 5 minutes, write another song to fill the gap. It's a shame it's taking me so long to work it out. The real question actually is, do I have enough time to do it? Okay, so I've been a bit silly here. I launched straight into making a new track without really considering where it's going to go in the set. That's kind of a big deal because that informs quite a lot about how the track is going to be, and not having thought about that is probably quite a big mistake. So what I did was go back and listen through to the set again and see if there were any sections in which I felt like I could add this new track in. And so I kind of came up with this idea that I would put the track last and have the final track, which I had initially written, almost fade out in a nice blissful way before then dropping this in, surprising them with 5 minutes of energetic dancey stuff. And from that thought process alone, I've kind of been able to create this loop of what I think is kind of more of an electro track. It's a little bit different to some of the stuff that I've written for this set, and this is what I've got so far. So certainly a lesson learned here. There's something to be said about taking your time and not rushing into something like this, especially when it needs to fit within another existing project. Basically wasted a whole day, which is frustrating, but now I'm on the right tracks. The problem is I've only got 2 days left, and that's not including the fact that I'm gonna have to break this track back down and get it ready to put into the live set. Oh dear. So that is where we left off yesterday. As you can hear, added an extra sample and hold lead to go over the top of that. If you look at my screen, I have 3 sections now, which is the kind of building blocks I like to use to create a whole track. An introduction, a main section introducing more elements and drums over the top, and then a B section that I've created through 2 elements from another track, which you might recognize. This chord stab and rhythmic synth, which is nice. It kind of adds an extra continuity throughout the whole of the live set. That alongside the other elements sounds like this. I also wrote a little acid line to go over the top of all of this. Which is great. The acid line allows me to tweak the filter live, especially if I feel like maybe something's getting a little bit dull or boring. You know, it gives me something to interject a bit more movement. So hopefully we can make a nice, highly energetic 5-minute track, a memorable end to the set. Okay, crazy turn of events. So as I was putting this thing together in the arrangement view, I just felt that there was something lacking. Felt like it was only half of the track. So what I did, instead of trying to push on and get something which probably I would end up not being that happy with, I went back to the drawing board and added an extra section. After I did that, I then thought, actually, well, I need a section to bridge the gap between the old section and the new section. And so I dropped the kick out and brought in some extra pads to create this. Which then built into this. And now I can envision this track a little bit more. I think when I just had the 3 sections, there wasn't enough happening there for me to get a full 5 minutes. In fact, if I think about it really, that's probably only the first 2 minutes of a track. Saying that, however, I have wasted a fair bit more time going back and forth here. So here's for second time lucky, and let's try and compose this bad boy again. Okay, T-minus 12 hours now until I need to leave, and the track is now fully arranged. I haven't actually brought any of this into the live set, and I probably need to practice it through, but I've also not packed, so I'm gonna do that now and leave the rest tomorrow morning, which might be a mistake. We'll see if this track actually makes it into the live set, but for now, this is kind of what it sounds like. Half a day left. Wish me luck. Alright, so today's the day. I spent this morning getting this track ready to put into the live set. And one thing that I forgot to mention as well is that I cut that first track down from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. For some reason, just wasn't recording. I think I was just so panicked about the first track being so self-indulgent that I completely forgot to document any of that. But the first track's down to 5 minutes now, and this new one is about 5 minutes as well. So it's definitely a lot better than where we had it a couple of days ago, when I realised it was far too slow to get into the main meat of the live set and people probably would leave, which is an interesting thing I haven't really considered, but fingers crossed that people will be there. This is quite a big experience for me. It's an hour worth of my own music, putting it out there to the world. It's a genuine fear that there could be no one there, and so, well, fingers crossed. But as you can hear, we got this bad boy into the live set, so that's one less thing we need to worry about. And, well, we'll just have to see how well it goes down on the dance floor. Anyway, I need to pack this stuff up, so I'll see you guys at the festival.
It's a roundabout, turn left on B1090 towards Abbott's Ripton.
So the festival started on the Thursday, where we headed down. We got there at 4, took us about 2 hours to get down there, set up the tent, and then went for an explore. There's some really awesome places in the Secret Garden Party grounds. I think they've been doing it there since the first Secret Garden Party, but the Sunflower Field, which I think is a returning feature every year, is just a really awesome site. Some great stages like the Pagoda and the one that I played on, the Lost Woods. The sound system there is crazy. The fog, the lights and the sound, it is full-on experience. We caught some great sets on there on the Friday and made me super excited to play on the Saturday. However, I was a bit nervous as well. There was no guarantee that people would turn up. In fact, we went on the Friday at 6 till 7 to see how many people were there for the day before at the same time as me. I think there was about 5 people. I think it takes a while for people to come over there, as they're usually at the other stages. And so I was really thinking that I was going to be playing to 5 people. Okay, so we're off to the Lost Woods to go set our gear up for the set. I'm going before anyone starts playing so that I have everything set up and ready for me when I get there. So we're outside the Lost Woods, which is where I'm playing at 6 o'clock. All right, let's go. I was happily surprised when I did rock up though to the stage, and there was 50-60 people there. It was the perfect set to play to the perfect crowd, really. Not too big where I would have lost all nerve, but big enough where everyone was down there at the front and really enjoying themselves. I've got to say a big thanks to anyone who was there. Great crowd, and some people who were there from the start to the end, dancing their hearts off. And I want to thank you guys at home who commented, giving me suggestions about what I should check out, what I should learn, and just some words of encouragement. This was probably one of the best moments of my musical career. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, so thank you. And yeah, that's it, the series. We've done a whole year worth of making videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. We went from knowing absolutely nothing about live set to being able to pull one off at a festival in a year. And hopefully this is just the first of many experiences like that. If any of you guys run parties and you want a little bit of Gycelian magic, then hit me up on Instagram. You can actually check out also some of the videos from Secret Garden Party in full on my Instagram down here. There'll be a link in the description as well. I just wanted wanted to touch on the fact that this was a pretty crazy concept to start with. To be booked at a festival in a year is no mean feat, bearing in mind, you know, I just make YouTube videos. I'm not that well established as a DJ or producer. I only have like one EP. And I think there's a lesson in this, and that's to push yourself, to do crazy, outrageous things, because what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't happen, you might be a little bit disappointed, but the best thing that can happen is you get to play a festival set on an awesome stage in front of people who you've never met before, but who are loving it, and you know, that's just something which will stick with you. So I challenge you guys at home to set yourself some audacious goals and go out and get them and succeed in life, because you should push yourself. You'll be surprised to see how far you can go.